Hey guys, mixed crowd. Hey Poppy and Mark, Dan, Harold, g'day. Stefan, g'day. Tommy Gun, Adam, mixed crowd as normal. Hey, look, I haven't got a lot to share actually. Clean bench, almost. Well, almost clean. You guys all have though. You've all done some cool stuff. So post a link to your channel in the comments under the video. Down under the video, not in the live chat, in the comments, so we can find them next time. Hey Paddy, post a link to your channel. We'll all go and have a look. Maybe we'll get some subscribers. Maybe someone's got time to troll through them all. I'm going to try. Summer Bash is coming up. It's, gosh, 9 days away, something like that. 7 days away. Gosh, nearly 8 days. Big creators haven't got a lot of time or funds to put into creating videos, so there's not much from anyone. So hey guys, let's put a link to your channel in the comments. That's down the bottom, not in the live chat, and tell us about your channel. That's a pretty cool thing to do. Just cut and paste it. Should paste all right, Tommy. Sorry, unless you're on your telephone. If you're on a mobile device, you probably can't. But if you're on a desktop, you can scroll the window down and comment. But come back and do it. What's news? Some competition entries. That's pretty amazing. They're still coming in. Maybe there's still one or two out there. I don't know. We've got one from last year's winner, Adventures with a Very Small Lathe. You all know Alistair. Really good video on making a tap. And lots of learning involved there. But usually from Alistair, everything's really, really, really good quality. Go and check that out. And one from DIYBT, who entered last year. I'm just trying to think what his entry was last year. But good video of making a gear from him. Not just ordinary gear, it's a worm spur gear, sort of contrate wheel, I guess you would call it. I'm not sure what you call it. But anyway, good video on making that and the processes involved in making the cutter. One from Greens and Machines, who Peter I've met a couple of times at the bash. He's back again for the competition, which is really awesome, with a good video on a machine for discharging dies for casting. So that's an interesting video too. There's also one I put in the playlist, and if you have a click on the hashtag, you'll be able to see that. From R. Stephen Lang, and that's about making the boxes for the precision ground flat stones that are going to be part of the prize. And big thanks to Stephen. Big thanks to Randy Richard too. I'm sure you all know Randy, who's put his hand in the air to make a pretty nice donation to the prize pool as well. That's really exciting. Hope both those guys have got some space in their suitcases to take some things back, because I had a little thank you for them, which I can't show anyone. And that's all the information you're getting, but they're all packed up, ready to go. Got to the post office with that big sign for the summer bash and discovered that I couldn't post it. So it's going XL oversized baggage with me on the plane. So that probably means it's going to get there in one piece, which helps a lot. I'm a bit impressed about that, really. It's going to be a fun thing to cart around San Francisco and California, but we'll get there. It's not that huge. What's everyone else up to? Let's make this about you guys, not about me. Tommy Gun Machining had a great update video. Shop update this week. Really enjoyed that. Good fun. Stefan had a video about DROs, which a subject that doesn't interest me a lot. I really enjoyed too. Haven't heard from Dan in a while. I hope he's okay. Are you coming to the bash, Dan? And Paddy's been spending money. And Poppy's not on fire yet. Adam's working for a living, so I don't even think he's home yet. What have you bought, Paddy? Changing careers. You've only just started this one. All money is spending money. That's right. I'm broke too. I really am feeling it a bit, but we'll get there and we'll get back. And hopefully the excess baggage isn't going to be crazy. Speaking of such, note from Clark. Try and find something interesting to look at here, because we've got nothing, and there's not enough space to look at me because I can't get the camera far enough back. And still read the screen. As I'm getting old, obviously. Got a message from Clark Easterling this morning, who's cast by Stuart 400 Castings. It's my Patreon project, as most of you all know. Thanks heaps for anyone who supports that. Really appreciate it. And there's a project that is underway there, the Stuart 400 internal combustion engine, and it's nowhere near finished, but the patterns are finished, and we're going to eventually get the engine running, I hope. But the castings are, the first set of castings have been cast, and a lot of the smaller parts are really, really good, actually. The bigger casting, Clark, I think in the morning is probably going to decide that he needs to do it again. One corner, the couple of fairly basic problems, actually. One corner down the end of the casting that the metal didn't run into as well as it could have, and that probably needs a vent or opening up or arranging differently or something like that. And the other problem was that the water jacket corners on the cylinder were a bit square, and he was a bit worried about some chill cracking there in the corners. And that's probably easily fixed too by putting a bit more radius on the core. But the cores come out really nice this time, and the castings are all pretty good. So I'm really, really pleased about that. At some time in the future, I'm going to get a bit more organized for this. I'd like to appear on camera actually sometimes for live feed, and that's great, except I don't have enough workshop space to put the camera down there or my telephone down there and sit down this end and get all of me in frame or bits of me in frame and still be able to reach the comment section. So I don't know what we need to do about that. I think if we did that, probably the microphone's not going to pick me up either. So we'll see what we can do. That's a project for when we get home. We've got a lot of projects for when we get home. This is one. The little V block is actually with John Creasy being that man there who's just popped in. His ears are burning. Being cleaned up a little bit eventually. There's no real great rush on that, John, but it will happen, I think. Going to find some precision ground flat stock or something like that to make an angle plate out of eventually too. I've thought about a mirror. That's a really good idea, Poppy. Thanks for that. Hi, Murray. A mirror is probably a really good idea. It kind of working out how it's going to work is another thing, but it's probably something that I've been thinking about actually. So that might work. Actually, they're nearly healed. Look, no grazed knuckles. Teach me to clean up. So that's Dame Edna. You know Dame Edna's not a real person. We won't go any further than that, but as long as you know that. It's like Australia, the flat earthers think that we don't exist. Well, Dame Edna's the same. Australians don't think she exists. Watches, Paddy. Be interested to see what you picked up. So we got almost 3 days to enter the tool making competition. A style guru, Paddy. 3 days to enter the competition, 2 and a bit days, nearly 3 days. So we're about 4 hours short on 3 days. So if you're going to make an entry, that's your time frame to get that in. If it's not in by then, it's not in. I've got 4.5 days, 4 days, 12 hours until I fly out. I fly Fiji Air through Nadi. And fly into San Francisco, where all the best people are. Speaking of which, build something cool. Dale, it's good to see you early in the morning. A couple of things lined up for San Francisco. I'm going to spend a couple of days. I might get a video. There's one particular museum I think I'd like to visit, and that might be a bit out of the ordinary as far as videos go, but it might be a fun thing to do. Go to the trolley museum too. If anyone knows what else you could do in San Francisco, let me know. Dale, you probably know. Collect a new sticker from Dale. Careful about customs. All we've got is about 2 8x4 sheets of 4mm Dibond. That's about all I'm carrying with me. So we should be good. You should come to our new stop. You're way down the coast. You're in the Exploratorium. That sounds like it's pretty good. If anyone's been there, maybe you could give us some feedback. Looks like a fun thing to do too. Dale, you're way down the coast. In the sticks. I'd love to come and visit though. I'm only there for a couple of days. Hold that thought. Right, Bart. Already ridden Bart. I've got a Bart ticket actually that I've still got to use, I think, if it hasn't expired. I'm a week early or a fortnight early actually for San Francisco Pride, so I've missed out on that. And you've all missed out on an amazing video there too, I'm sure. And then I'm on the train from there to the Armory. Noting these things down. I'm on the train from there down to down to LA, and from there on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Stefan's probably thinking of the thing that I'm thinking of, so yeah. Dale, we need to talk too. You've got a new logo and all that blank wall space. We really need to do some sign painting for you. So we'll talk about that, Dale, at some point. Crab at the wharf. We're on a budget. Get my number from Stan. I'll certainly do that, Dale. Much appreciated. Your sticker's here front and center. Hopefully you've got a new one to put on there. That'd be very, very cool. You better put me down for a mug as well, Dale. What else is happening? After the bash, Sunday I'm travelling down to Carlsbad or Oceanside, I think I'm staying. And I've got 3 days in Oceanside. I'd like to get to Legoland this trip. I'm not sure how funds are going to stand up to that. And I'd like to get to the Miniature Craftsmanship Museum. Maybe I've got a parcel to pick up too at Shoreline. So that's the things for Tuesday. And then I fly home on Wednesday. Grand tour of Europe. That'd be pretty cool. Probably unlikely to happen with my current lack of salaried employment. So we'll see. We'll give it a couple of years and then maybe I'll come to Europe. I'd love to. Stefan, I'd love to. A lot of places I'd like to visit. It might happen one day. Hope some of you are posting your channels down the bottom. There's some pretty cool stuff people make, and I miss everyone. And quite often someone posts a video and I haven't got a clue who they are because they've changed their name a couple of times or they're or they've only posted one video 1,000 years ago, and I don't. I might have watched it or I might not have. So, thanks, Murray. I appreciate that too. But we'll see how we go. There's lots of. I'd love to get to Canada too one day, but we'll see. Good morning from Ohio. Metalworks Machine Shop. Good to see you. And David, g'day. Sorry, new pills. I'm afraid Stefan's beat you this morning, so someone else was up here first. No sign of Chirpy either. I've got a parcel for Chirpy, and I don't think I'm going to get it posted before I go. If it'll fit in my bag, I'll post it from over there, which sounds like a good idea, but it's kind of, things are stacked up a bit, and I'm selecting whether I take clothes or whether I actually just wear one outfit and take all the other things that I want to take. What else? YouTube's done a stupid thing with subscribers, and I don't know why. They've abbreviated the subscriber count, so they don't give you the total number of subscribers. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. It tells me that I have 4.5k or something like that, and someone else might have 10.2, and someone else might have 1.3 million, whatever. It abbreviates it, so I need to get my live subscriber counter sitting up here on the bench sometime. That's a project for the minute I get back, if I don't get it finished before I go. But that's going to be a pretty cool thing. I'm pretty excited about that. No real workshop progress. I've been cleaning up. I've been putting things away. I've been sort of doing laundry and cleaning the fridge and the kitchen and the bathroom. I'm kind of cleaning myself up, actually appearing in public, which doesn't happen very often. So not much has happened this week. I've got the electronics done, Patty, and I have showed them in a video before, but I've still got to make a case and actually mount it on the or in the bench or somewhere. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Marcel actually built one and built a couple for a few people, and he helped me with mine. Marcel's Workshop, interesting little channel. He doesn't post much, but it's usually pretty good content. It blows me away that someone would watch all of those videos. It's like watching Mr. Pete's videos or sitting down. And it's not really, it's no comparison, but it seems like a Herculean task to sit down and watch all those videos. There's a lot of them. Nobody's watched all Mr. Pete's videos. Oh, now you're a liar. I don't believe that. Has anyone else here who's listening watched all of Mr. Pete's videos? Anyone at all? Who's done it? Wow, okay. John's working on it. Yeah, Oxtool is a great channel. Stefan Goswind is a great channel. Metal Tips and Trips, really good channel. They're the ones worth working through. Mr. Pete's a great channel too, but I can't watch all his stuff. Have tried. That's fair enough. Be sure to watch all my other 800 videos. It's going to be great to see Mr. Pete. I hope he makes it to the bash. Don't see why not. Randy's behind him, so usually what Randy says is going to do gets done. So even if they've got a road trip in there. So big thanks in this video to a few people. One is Clark Easterling, who's Windy Hill Foundry. Who cast some castings for me this week and is probably going to cast them again, but really appreciate all he's done, and you'll watch this later, I know. Big thanks to John Creasy for a crazy amount of help on my dividing head and a few other projects. Huge thanks. Big thanks to R. Stephen Lang when he watches this later. I guess he's still in bed. It's probably fairly early on his side of the coast. Big thanks to R. Stephen Lang for sponsoring and helping and being invaluable with this tool making competition. And thanks to Randy Richard too. And Stan Zinkowski, I better say thanks to him, because why is it so wide? I will say thanks to Stan, because he hosted the Barzy Summer Bash and I met some amazing people through him. Why is this so wide? Mostly stability. Really good question. If I can change the subject across again. It's that wide because it has to be offset on the bottom, 3/4 of an inch offset. And I want something that's fairly stable. And it's going to take a bit of side pressure. So that's the main reasons. That's why I've done it like that. There you go. Anyway, the thank you list this year is pretty crazy, actually. There's some amazing people I've met and amazing people that I've spent time with. And some amazing people who have stopped by this live stream on Wednesday night. It's a really good thing to get to know you all. So I'm pretty pleased with the way my life's going and the way this channel's going and the way that the people who've stopped by to help. That's a crazy thing, and thank you everyone. Now, there's no live stream next week because next week I'm probably on the train somewhere between San Francisco and LA. And none the week after because I'm probably on the plane somewhere between LA and Nadi in Fiji. So 2 weeks, there's no live stream. You have to talk amongst yourselves. Apart from that, I guess the next time you see me or hear from me, I'm going to be somewhere in the States. I'm going to try and upload some video. I've shot a bit of video on the thank you gifts that I've made, and I want to probably upload them at some point, but it's not going to be before the bash. And you never know, you might get an update from Dale's workshop or something like that. So anyway, I had to go in a hurry last week because I suddenly needed a bathroom. I told you I was old. And this week, I mean, no particular hurry to go, but it is fairly cold. It's not often someone leaves me speechless like that, Paddy. When is my European tour planned? I can't confirm or deny that, but I would love to be in Europe next year. I don't, at this point, think it's going to happen unless something crazy happens to make it work. I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. Machine NZ, g'day. Very interesting videos from Machine NZ on making a milling cutter grinder. If that's something that interests you, you probably should go and check that out. There we go. Anyway, come back and leave a link to your channel so everyone can see it. And tune in to or check out Shadon HK, Stan Zinkowski, Bar Z Industrial on YouTube and on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. Check them out and get ready for their live stream because that's well worth sitting in on. It's pretty cool live stream that Ton Zilickman does. Anyone's got any ideas what I can do in San Francisco or LA? Or in particular? No, I'm kind of full up, I think. I was going to say leave them down in the comments, but anyway. If anyone has any idea how Poppy can change the name of his channel, leave that comment too, and maybe you'll get some more views. And hey, Cam, good to see you. Good to get an update the other week. Thanks for that. No pressure. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night. It's 33 minutes. It's getting late. I've got work tomorrow. I've got 3 days work this week, and then Sunday I'm off to pack, and then Monday I fly out in the morning. So all going well, I won't miss the plane or anything. I have a track record of that, and I promise not to this year. So thanks, guys. We'll see you when hell freezes over, if not before. And say GoPro stop recording.